Hey, Joe Pal Fernbark, and today I'm going to be trying out this CR1M Menu G, gifted to me by Tracy and Leah Phillips. Thank you very much. It's probably going to take me today and tomorrow to finish this bugger, but let's get her open. This is a 2021 build, so reasonably fresh for what I normally eat. It is super sunny out, but maybe you can see, it's hard to see the camera here. We got a 8/9/2020 is the date on this guy. Wow, these things are always got just a ton of stuff in them. Right here we got her all kind of spread out. We have some multigrain bread. The Australian bread I think is the best bread. I'm trying to keep my shadow out of the picture here. We got some muesli with fruit and seeds. That's pretty good if I remember right. Some isotonic dream lemon lime. Not so great probably. Cream cracker biscuits. Those are pretty good. We got some plum jam. We got jam sandwich biscuits. Those are great. Instant mashed potatoes. We got some Bago processed cheddar cheese. We have our spaghetti bolognese. A protein drink. We got creamy mushroom soup. Chocolate bar, which I need to get out of the sun right away. Citrus cake, I bet that's going to be good. An accessory pack, whole grain cereal bar, which I'll probably have right away. Fruit bar tropical. Our French lamb stew, that'll be interesting. Sweetened condensed milk. We got some Jack Link's jerky. Tuna with tomato and herb. Lifesavers musk flavored. I'm going to guess that means melon. We got some M&Ms. Those need to get out of the sun just as much. Oh man, it is getting warm out. I'll be pulling out this sweatshirt pretty soon. But we got a bunch of stuff inside of here. We have rubber bands. Tabasco and salt. Black pepper and sugar. 2 tea bags. 2 instant coffee. Scrubby pad, sugar, creamer, and tomato ketchup. We have the Vegemite, a big ass spoon, and a Fred. I'm going to go ahead and start heating up my lunch, which is going to be the French lamb stew. What you see right here is a Hot Logic Mini. It's a 12-volt heater. So I'm just going to go plug that in and use the power of the sun to cook my lunch. Start out with a little coffee. Just your basic freeze-dried. Go with the whole. You get a big bag of creamer. I'm going to get this because you got 2 teas and 2 coffees. I'm not going to need this much creamer at all. I'll go ahead and dump a little in there anyway. So this is a silicone coffee pot. It's a collapsible. As you can tell, you kind of have to support the bottom when you're pouring out of it. Let's go ahead and use our big spoon to give this a stir. And while I'm waiting for that to cool down, let's take a look at this whole grain cereal bar with chia in it. Ooh, already getting pretty soft in the sun. You little buggers take a lot of chewing. It's basically seeds held together with brown rice syrup. I thought it was honey at first, but there's no honey in here. It just kind of tasted like that to me. And you get a little bit of cinnamon aftertone to it. It's delicious, not very sweet, and it tastes like seeds, as I may have mentioned. And this is pretty delicious. I would eat it again. Very low sodium, only 3 milligrams of sodium in this whole bar. 20.5 grams of carbs for those of you who are watching that type of thing. But I'll take it first thing in the morning, especially when it's mainly seeds. Imagine the brown rice syrup is not the greatest for you as a nutritional thing, but it was delicious. Oh, that coffee is rough. I'm not usually, in general, a big fan of a freeze-dried coffee. The spray dries, I think, are a lot better. And I had to put a little more cream in there. I'm going to end up turning this thing pretty wet. I think by the time I get to the bottom of the cup, it's not friendly. I might even have to use some of that sugar. I'm going to go ahead and get into this Jack Link's bar just to get a little more protein in my morning. Well, we got the teriyaki flavored here. This is going to definitely bring us back into the higher end of the sodium spectrum, but we're going to get just a little bit of protein here. That's tough. Not enjoying this at all, but I'm drinking it. So that Jack Links, that was one salty bugger. It's a pretty tough chew. It's still nothing is as hard as that Canadian jerky that they put in their IMPs, but you definitely know you're chewing on something, and you're going to really want to have a glass of water ready when you're done with that sucker, because it will make you thirsty. Lemon lime hydration break. First ingredient, this is sugar, and then the next one is dextrose, so I'm going to guess this is probably going to be pretty sweet. I can pour it in here without, ooh, it's a little caked up. Well, you get a nice whiff of the lemon lime smell right off at the top of this stuff. It smells just like kind of like a Kool-Aid. Quite a bit more solid chunks in there than you might expect. Let's give this Australian version of French lamb stew a look. Smells pretty good. There you are. Here we go into the sunshine so you can see it a little bit better. I can't see anything now. It smells really good. Tastes a lot like an American style stew. There aren't really vegetables in there other than potatoes, but it kind of tastes like an American beef stew, but with a hint of chili flavoring to it, like a bowl of chili flavoring. It's very good. So here's our contents, and hopefully I get this in front of the camera. It's so bright outside. We have lamb, water, potato, carrot, tomato paste, onion, canola oil, starch, garlic, herbs, and spices. So yeah, not really much veggies in there. And the carrots were pretty tiny. I thought I saw maybe 2. We'll go ahead and mix up this chocolate protein shake. The first 3 ingredients are solids, sugar, and then corn fiber. Then after that, it gets into quite a bit of a science experiment. Let's see if I can pour this in my bottle without making too much of a mess. We're just going to go ahead and add 200 milliliters of water, which is just shy of a cup, I think. And we're just going to give it the old shake-a-shake-a. Still a little hungry from my stew, so I'm going to eat these biscuit jam sandwich. I'm pretty sure I've had these once or twice before. They are delicious. Basically a cookie with some strawberry jam in the middle. And there they are. Yummy. Well, it's pretty warm outside and I'm not ready for a hot meal, but I am hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and bust open this bread, which is, as I said before, probably the best bread you can get in a ration. That's that guy right there. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to try to slice this thing down this way and make a sandwich with this tuna fish. I was just going to spread it on top and fold it in half, but this is a pretty thick piece of bread. So I'm going to whip out my Chicago Cutlery 66S, just like the traditional Aussie soldiers use. Okay, I'm going to bet they don't use this because it failed hugely. Oh, that's tragic. All right, we're gonna make some lemonade out of these lemons. Sun-dried tomato with herb. Lost track of my big ass spoon, so I'm gonna use my Fred. I'm trying to be neat about this and not succeeding even slightly. Ta-da! I should go stand in the sun so you can see what I'm doing, but I was in the sun all day and I'm frankly tired of it. So here we go, some sun-dried tomato. So this pretty much just tastes like tuna fish. I don't really get any of the sun-dried tomato or herb dressing. It is fantastically dry. When I was making this, there's some bird zipping around my head. I was thinking, man, I'm going to really wish that there was some mayonnaise with this, and that is 100% correct. This is a little tough, a bit of a tough go. That sandwich was actually really good and filling. I'm still a little hungry. I've been working all day long. I want to see what these, I can't remember what these biscuit cream crackers are like. I don't know if they're, I can't remember if they're sweet or savory. Let's bust these babies open. Maybe. Here we go. Oops. Oh wow, these are kind of crumbly. Well, they are not a sweet cracker. They're not very salty. They're kind of bland, but they're going to go good with this processed cheese. I got that much and this little bit of crumb, so I'll save this. Maybe I'll toss that into the soup or whatever else I got going on later. So let's go ahead and take a look at this cheese. This is the processed cheese. The can's a little different from the last time I saw it, but we are going to go ahead and use the Fred to open this baby up. And I'll save you the 5 minutes of me doing a small circle here. Let's go ahead and get this baby opened. And there we are. She's a beaut. Don't really have anything. I'm just going to go ahead and try to dig into this with a cracker. Hopefully I had it in the fridge. That might have been a mistake. Whoops. Here we go. And the cheese is really good. The cracker is really dry. Well, since we got the crackers out and the cheese out, I'm not sure that this is something that goes together or not, but we're going to pop open the Vegemite because I don't know where else I'm going to put the this stuff. The trick with the old Vegemite is to go pretty thin, like that. That's probably still too much. Oh man, I'm messing this up. I'll hear about it in the comments for sure. There we are. Do you like my expert camera work where the background is illuminated but the thing that you want to see is in the dark? That's how you know you're watching a pro. The cheese really takes the kick out of the Vegemite. I'm going to try that a bite just by itself. This doesn't seem as potent as the previous version, which actually came in more of a military style container. This looks like more of a commercial brand. I think it's actually better. Well, it's better for me because it's not quite as to you in the face. Oh, I'm actually enjoying the heck out of this. This is delicious. I just wish I had like 3 more packs of crackers. And there's only one cold drink mix in this whole ration, so I'm going to guess that the rest of the time the Aussies have to be a little self-sufficient and just drink whatever local water is on hand. The last time you saw this Hot Logic Mini, I had put my lunch in there, and then I immediately put my dinner in because this takes so long to heat up. But the good news is that it just holds at 165 degrees. So you're not going to really overcook anything in here like you would if you had stuck it in a pot of boiling water. Oh, that is plenty hot though, godly. You can see we got a pretty basic ingredient list on here. I can't read it because it's upside down and I'm holding it too close to the camera. But yeah, pretty simple. I decided I'm just going to go ahead and pour this into a bowl so everybody can see what's going on here. Yep, just your basic spaghetti noodles, shortcuts so you can fit them on the spoon, and your meat sauce. Here we go. It smells pretty good. It smells already though like it needs Parmesan. Ooh, that is hot. Yeah, we're just going to give that a second. Well, I almost made a huge mistake. Most of these rations come with like a little tiny pepper pouch. And but this comes with a 2-gram pouch of pepper. And normally I would have just like dumped her in there. This is a giant pile of pepper. And that would have been a huge peppery mistake to dump that in there. Anyhow, let's give her a taste now. Cheers. It looks pretty goopy and not visually all that. Oh man, there's a lot of grease in there. Anyhow, down a hatch. It's okay. Might actually add the rest of that pepper in there. It's bland. Probably use a little salt, but I'm not going to add salt because I've had enough today. Definitely needs Parmesan. I said I was going to go ahead and try it with a little bit of the leftover processed cheese. Really not Parmesan, but it's something anyway. It kind of works. Well, I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club. Actually, that was pretty easy to eat. There wasn't much in that pouch, and it absolutely needed the pepper. But it's still, you probably used about half of that pack, so a gram of pepper was added in there. All those cracker crumbs that were left over was a huge get because the noodles were pretty mushy. So without that, the texture was just not great. The flavor was okay overall, especially once I added some cheese and crackers to it. That really kind of spiffed it up a bit. It's just pretty average. I'm really talking way more about something that isn't that amazing. So I started eating my cheese snack in a t-shirt, and then in 40 minutes between when I started that and when I finished my dinner, I'm back into a sweatshirt because the sun went behind the trees and the temperature dropped about 15 degrees, which I am grateful for. I'm much more comfortable. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for dessert tonight. It could be the citrus cake, which is interesting, or a chocolate bar, or these weird Australian pan discs that they call M&Ms. Could be interesting. It's the next morning, and I got about 10 minutes before that guy gets above those trees, and I'm moving out of this vest and sweatshirt. But anyhow, for breakfast today, I'm going to have the all-natural fruit bar consisting of fruit juices. May contain sunflower seeds. It's got apple juice, pineapple juice. Oh, there's a bunch of other goodies in here. Mango, banana, lemon juice, citrus fiber, delish, and a gelling agent. I'm also going to have this muesli, which is dried fruits of papaya, cane sugar, dried apricots, rice flour, raisins, pineapple, a bunch of good stuff in here. You can add one of your creamer packets to this to kind of milk it up a little bit. You can also add a packet of sugar if you want it sweeter. It says so right down there. I'm probably just going to go ahead and add the water. I think you can eat this dry too if you want to. Let's take a look. And that's it right there, kind of borganish. Here we go. As you can probably hear, I have my morning airplane going overhead. All right. I'm not going to add too much water to it. I don't want it to be soupy. And while that guy is rehydrating, we're going to take a look at the all fruit bar. It smells good, I tell you that. Not much to look at though, is it? There we go. Oh, I was going to break it in half, but it's pretty bendy. It's not going to break. Boy, this thing is like biting into a giant, intensely fruity gummy bear. It's really delicious. Right, time to give the muesli a try as another plane flies overhead. My gosh. Really visually not exciting at all. It's pretty bland. The fruit in here is good, but the oats part is pretty bland. I think I'm going to actually put in that packet of sugar that's left over. That was actually really good. It only took a little sprinkle of sugar to kind of zip that up a bit. Barely used any out of the package. Anyhow, I'm going to rinse what's left of that muesli from my teeth with this protein shake that I mixed up yesterday and forgot I had put in the fridge. Cheers. This is not great. Oh, this might be the worst protein shake I've had out of a ration. We're down to just a few things left. A couple of head scratchers here for me. The cream of mushroom soup and the instant mashed potato. I don't know what those were supposed to go with. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm going to make the soup up and the potatoes. Maybe I'll combine them together. I don't really because there's nothing else to really stick on the potatoes other than just the ketchup, which is not going to happen tonight. And of course we got the sweets pretty much all left. Let's see at these mashed potatoes. We're making a mess already here. So I see we got some chives in there. At least there's a little something going on. And our soup mix. Each one of these calls for a 250 milliliters of water, roughly a cup. Here we go. Both of these things are basically carbs and salt, so there's not much great nutritional value to these. We're trying to get a taste it. Kind of tastes like a onion soup mix. It says creamy mushroom, but it tastes a lot like just an onion soup mix. Gone and added my water. I didn't put enough in the potatoes, but that's all right. Get this stirred up. Oops. Well, these didn't take long. That's a pretty good pile of potatoes. Those are actually pretty good just plain without any butter on them. So these little brown pieces, I tried stirring them up, and I thought maybe they're the mushrooms, but they're actually croutons. So we're just going to not try to stir those into the mixture anymore. But the soup actually smells pretty darn good. Well, the soup is actually smelling pretty darn good. It still smells just like vegetable soup mix, though. The croutons stayed crunchy. This is pretty good soup. Boy, it'd really be handy to have this to mix in with something else. I'll go ahead and make soupy potatoes. I'll fill this bowl up pretty quick. Here we go. Cream of mushroom potato. It's alright. Actually, you know what? That was pretty good. I'd eat that again. In fact, I would have ate more if I'd have had it. I did try putting some of the Tabasco on there, which did pretty much the same that Tabasco does to everything, just make it taste vinegary. So I'm glad I only put a couple drops on. I did add the rest of my pepper pouch, and that kind of kicked her up a little bit, so it's pretty good. I was surprised. Let's go ahead and give this citrus cake a try. It's really filled up the whole pouch. I'm going to try to get out of here without busting it. Here we go. Oh man, I don't know if it's going to happen. This might not be pretty. Alright. It's surprisingly kind of slimy. So as good as that smelled, it actually was kind of plain and dry. Definitely no one's going to pick it over like the lemon poppy seed pound cake out of a USMRE. I'm going to put a little bit of this jam, some of this plum jam on there. Like these tubes, you just got a little thing to poke it to make a hole in the foil. And there you go. Time for some jam. It's a little better. Okay, let's take a look at these M&Ms that are a little bit past their best by date. And by a little, I mean a year and a half. And there we go. They look delightful. Actually, none of them are broke or anything. Let's give the orange one a try here. Still reasonably fresh. Good. Alright, we're going to give it this sweetened condensed milk a little try in the coffee. I don't know that I need to keep that in the fridge, but here we go. Oh, that's a pleasant morning sound. Well, it's about a week later. I'm finally getting to finish up this CR1M. I got my 50 grams of chocolate. I've had this before. I think it's pretty decent. It's pretty dark here. I don't want to turn the light on and freak everybody out. Alright. Give her a go. Well, what's your professional ration analysis?
That's really good.
Yeah.